Have you ever wondered what goes on inside the mind of one of the world's most controversial leaders? Does the name Vladimir Putin ring a bell? You know, the guy who's been pulling the strings in Russia for what seems like an eternity. If you're as curious as we are, then buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the dangerous psychology of Vladimir Putin. And trust us, it's a wild ride. From KGB agent to president, his rise to power was nothing short of meteoric. So, what makes a man like Putin tick? And more importantly, why should we care? Well, one thing's for sure. Putin's personality is as complex as a Matryoshka doll. Some psychologists argue that his behavior can be traced back to his KGB training. You know, the whole trust no one, question everything mantra. But let's not be too simplistic here. Others believe that a combination of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, otherwise known as the Dark Triad, may be at play. So, which one is it? Or is it a dangerous cocktail of all these traits? Now, let's dive deeper into the narcissistic side of Putin. Narcissists have a grandiose sense of self, an insatiable hunger for admiration, and a belief that they're special and unique. And Putin? He checks all the boxes. Did you know that he even has a calendar dedicated to himself? No joke. Putin's narcissism also manifests in his policies and actions. Take, for example, his determination to restore Russia's former glory. He's made it clear that he believes Russia deserves a special place on the world stage, and he's not afraid to take drastic measures to achieve that. The invasion of Georgia in 2008, the annexation of Crimea in 2014, and the recent invasion of Ukraine are just a few examples. Narcissism, thy name is Putin. If you thought Putin's narcissism was something, wait until we delve into his Machiavellianism. The term, inspired by the infamous 16th century political philosopher Niccolò Machiavelli, refers to a willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve one's goals, even if it means being deceitful or ruthless. And Putin? He's been playing the game like a grandmaster. From jailing political opponents to allegedly orchestrating assassinations, Putin's Machiavellian tactics have ensured his grip on power remains unchallenged. Let's not forget the alleged interference in the 2016 US presidential election. Talk about playing the game on a global scale. But it's not all cloak and dagger. Putin's Machiavellianism also involves building strategic alliances, like his friendship with China's Xi Jinping. As the saying goes, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And Putin, well, he's taken that advice to heart. Now, onto the most controversial aspect of Putin's psychology, psychopathy. We know, it's a loaded term, and we don't want to casually label someone a psychopath. But it's important to examine the traits associated with this personality disorder and see if they match up with Putin's behavior. A key characteristic of psychopathy is a lack of empathy or remorse. And when it comes to Putin, his track record speaks for itself. The poisoning of former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko, the alleged attempted assassination of Sergei Skripal, and the crackdown on LGBTQ+ rights in Russia all point to a leader who isn't afraid to cause harm to achieve his goals. But there's more. Psychopaths are known for their bold, impulsive behavior, and Putin's actions on the international stage often seem to fit the bill. Whether it's sending troops to Ukraine or conducting large-scale military exercises, Putin appears to have no qualms about flexing Russia's muscles and ruffling some feathers. So, why does this matter? Well, understanding the psychology of someone like Vladimir Putin can help us make sense of his actions and motivations. And when it comes to international politics, that's a pretty big deal. But let's not forget, this is a man who's been described as the most powerful person in the world. And with great power comes, well, you know the rest. So, there you have it, the dangerous psychology of Vladimir Putin, in all its complex, multifaceted glory. But we must remember that human behavior is rarely black and white. While it's tempting to label Putin as a narcissistic, Machiavellian psychopath, the reality is far more nuanced. Understanding the driving forces behind Putin's actions can help us navigate the intricate world of international politics. And in a world where the balance of power is constantly shifting, gaining insight into the minds of those who shape our reality is more important than ever. So, next time you see Putin's face on the news, remember that there's more to the story than meets the eye. And as we continue to dissect the dangerous psychology of powerful world leaders like Putin, we can learn valuable lessons about human behavior, power dynamics, and the complexities of the world we live in. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the mind of Vladimir Putin. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep striving to understand the world and the people who shape it. Because, after all, knowledge is power, and we all have a part to play in unraveling the mysteries of the human psyche. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating psychological insights. And as always, feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Until next time.